out of executive session.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Is there action?
No action.
One quick thing I wanted to bring to your attention, there's going to be a press release that's going to be sent up here for you to sign. Our landlord at the Ohio Means Jobs building, Mr. Gray, notified us last week that they're going to have to shut the water off from 8 to noon on Monday for utility upgrades. And so what we're going to do is shut the building down from 8 to 1 on Monday. We're still going to man the phones. Our staff are going to telework from home, and then we'll bring staff back into the building at 1. So the press release will say people can come into the building after 1 p.m. and they can still continue to call. Okay? Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kelly Jo.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Thanks.
So Vicky, what's the weather like there?
Well, it was 86 yesterday,
Oh.
and today it's only 65.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Bringing some of our weather with you.
You know what? I got pictures from family yesterday morning about the snow, but I guess it went away fast. So.
And it came back this morning.
Yeah. Hi,
It's
Dave.
beautiful.
Good
It's
morning.
beautiful down here. I love it.
I brought your hard copies. I guess I gotta fly them over.
Yes, sir.
I have to fly them over to the
Oh, yeah.
divider.
Yeah.
Did you get one?
No, thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good
Right.
morning.
So, we got the standard, based on the expenditure review, you can see solid waste had 10,778.90 out of that total, and then the rest of the bills totaled $1,315.32. There's a late fee of $61.43. ACH payment is 20. We had admin wire transfer to medical mutual for 261, 866.63, and claims were over $4 million. So I'm researching the
Okay, yeah,
I'm researching the cash flow in that. to
I had
understand.
asked Dave this,
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's like, that's a big number, yeah.
That's a big number.
Well, you're self-insured, so I'm sure there's a
Yeah.
pot that thing's flowing in and out of, so I've asked for a description of the cash flow so I can explain it. Anyway, the journal vouchers for 57,318, then and now is at 266,046.
all right, thank you.
Okay.
Board of Commissioners moves to, agrees to approve the Thursday, April 22nd, 2021 bills, ACH payments as presented by the county auditor, reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Okay, roll call.
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to approve the Thursday, April 22nd, 2001 wire transfer for health benefits as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Okay, roll call.
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to approve the Thursday, April 22nd, 2001 journal vouchers as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Okay, roll call.
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Moved by the Board of Commissioners agrees to approve the Thursday, April 22nd, 2021 then and now certification as presented by the county auditor, reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Okay, roll call.
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
And there is no general fund, so skip over to the next one.
Board of Commissioners agrees to amend the non-general fund 2021 annual appropriation resolution number 20-0803 adopted December 17, 2020.
Dave, do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, I mean, I can, most of it, the first three are just basically housekeeping. There's a legal research, probate, legal research, juvenile, and then Board of DD, general administration, moving from supplies to contractual services. Looks like in the first one for probate, it's a capital outlay decrease, but it's all going to contractual services. And then the final one, that is putting money in place, temporarily moving some money out of the salary line item in the Commissioner's Office central accounting budget and putting it in contractual to fund the temporary employee that we're looking to get through Kelly Services.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, roll call.
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes. Right, and then we have 7, do you have any comments there, Dave? It's just a typical transfer, it looks like, from the clerk of courts.
Yeah, well, that's, and Joanne was nice enough to come in early because it's for a building project.
One of it, well, she's got 3 different ones?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so the 95,000 is for, software maintenance for Courtview. She's taking, you know, that's her portion of the bill for the Courtview. The 70,000 is for the finalization of her contract services upgrade for her safety concerns up at the building, her construction. And then the 357 is the stuff that she, you know, the overage that she turns through when she's got more to the general
To the
fund.
general fund.
And this is going into your commissioner's other.
Oh, good,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
so
Excellent. Thank you
I
for,
had those
thank
backwards.
you for getting
No,
that.
that's okay, I had them backwards, but
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that,
Yeah.
you know, you had the information
Thank
you
you
needed.
very much.
Thanks, Joanne.
Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $70,000 to Fund 1001, Certificate of Auto Title, Fund 0001 to General Fund.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $357,000 from Fund 1001, Certificate Auto Title Fund to 001, General Fund.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $95,000 from Fund 1001, Certificate of Auto Title to Fund 0001, General Fund.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not done.
Okay, and then that one's pretty explanatory.
That's a journal entry. Now,
Yeah.
typically, my experience is something like this, someone would come from your emergency management and explain in a lot more detail than somebody sitting in the budget office about the emergency management performance grant. But this is just a release of part of the funding for that. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's typical.
Yep, yep.
It's moved the Board of Commissioners authorize Commissioner Sabrina Christian Bennett, President of the Board, to sign the 6th quarter cash reimbursement request in the amount of $61,117.88 for the EMPG fiscal year 20Q6 grant as prepared by Homeland Security and Emergency Management Office, reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management, with no exceptions noted. Copies of this request will be kept on file with Homeland Security and Emergency Management Services.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony?
Yes,
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
thank you, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you again, Joanne.
Oh, you're no problem.
Good morning, Joanne.
Hi.
Okay, what do we got here?
All right, well, standard resolutions to start with. First one is a vehicle for the sheriff coming out of commissary.
So, yeah, last week we had, because we approved that, there were many questions.
You had one.
Yep,
Okay.
so it was for a vehicle for that, and then this one is. what
This
type
is
of
for the
vehicle?
transit van,
Transit van?
and that they bring people from
The Patty
out there
Wagon
to
College.
the courthouse, wherever they have to go.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because there are questions after
Oh,
the meeting.
okay, yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to declare the necessity to purchase one vehicle to be used by the Portage County Sheriff.
Okay,
Second?
roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Any comments on that one?
I don't
Board
know.
of Commissioners agrees to award and enter into a contract with Woodford Excavating LLC for the CDBG Haven Sewer Improvement Project, 2645 State Route 59, Ravenna, Ohio, 44266.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into a sub-grant agreement with the Board of Commissioners on behalf of the Portage County Department of Jobs and Family Services and the Northeast Ohio Consortium Council of Government for Ohio Means Jobs, Center Operation, and Adult Dislocation Worker Services.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Let's move the Board of Commissioners agrees to set a proposal date for a visitation aid services for the Department of Jobs and Family Services.
Second?
Okay, roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes,
Let's move the Board of Commissioners agrees to set a proposed date for the Certified Peer Recovery Support Group Recovery Coach Services for the Department of Jobs and Family Services.
Second?
Okay, roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
yes,
Let's move the Board of Commissioners declares obsolete and dispose of Portage County personal property located at Portage County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Okay,
Second?
then I have one that I need to add, on behalf of NDS, in a situation that went on that I need to explain. Here you go, Amy.
I don't think we voted on that one.
no, it's
Oh,
an
this is
add-on.
the
Add-on,
same-
this add-on.
This is an add-on, go ahead, Joanne.
Okay, all right, so
Oh, yeah.
in 2020,
I already have this.
there was an agreement that went through, between the Board of Commissioners and NDS, because NDS was going to, it did, collect applications for mortgage payments, and small business loans kind of thing, that was able to be paid for by the CARES Act. In that agreement, they were to receive 10% of all program funds. That was what was agreed to. I think there was communication breakdown throughout that. It moved very quickly. That at one point, when it was decided that one of the larger businesses, which was University Hospital, was going to get some money, that NDS was going to reduce their 10% to something else, something less. That is what I recall, that is what my notes has said. So when the last invoice came through from NDS, it was for these 9 companies, with UH being part of that, and I thought that was the one that was going to be taken, they were gonna take less money. So I had brought that up, and unfortunately, neither Todd or Gene are here now, but when NDS wanted, I held up that payment because I knew that there was supposed to be an adjustment. That was what my notes said. Well, ended up that was taken off the table, and I did not know that. I guess I was under the impression that that was still part of the deal, but it was taken off the table because they were doing more of the work than what was, that was their 10%, and the original contract called for that. So the $218,000 is still outstanding that they're owed. And according to the agreement, that was what was agreed to. There was an agreement that was sent through at the end of December that changed some of the terms that I got a copy of. And yes, you've all heard that there was a time that it was said also that the auditor was going to allow them and turn payments around to them quicker so that they could pay all of the all of their vendors, all of the businesses and so forth. Well, then that couldn't happen. So then it turned to me. I got them and I paid them. So it is what it is. There's, I don't know how else to explain it. That I thought we were going to get a reduction. There was an email that went through or something that they took it off the table. And then when I brought it up, Todd said, well, we have until January or February sometime that we could finally pay this. We'll worry about it at that point. So that's kind of what I went by. And then when they brought it up, I'm like, well, I thought we were getting a decrease. And then they said, oh no, that was taken off the table. And some of the times I know conversations were held with just one person, not the whole team that was processing some of those. And because we only had, a week to try to process as much as we could. We were trying to close up the end of the year,
window.
everything. And I said, it was a cluster. So all I can hope that when the new funding comes through, that, it's handled differently this time, maybe that, it's You have to be, you know, thorough. I mean, I have all the documents of things that I processed, I have copies that I kept, and I'm sure that there were stuff that Todd had and stuff that Jean had that we can, you know, get when audit comes, because we have 5 years of time where the audit can be done, and by several different agencies, as I understand. But right now, I just, I contacted the auditor's office, I said, what are you gonna need so that we can get these people paid?
So my question is following this, I'm gonna step back as an outsider
Sure.
in this. That NDS did not do all the work. The county did much of the work distributing the way those funds were supposed to go.
Some of it, yes.
Yep. So they were supposed to get 10% of that? I mean, 10% of it of work they didn't do?
Yeah.
So I, as an outsider, because I was a civilian
Right.
at that time, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, well, and so my notes, and that's why Todd and I brought it up and said, well, and in all fairness, Jean was the one, I think, that started the conversation with NDS about taking less, especially on the last version that went through that had some of the big places getting money. And my notes, I remember what my notes said, but then I didn't know that it was actually taken off the table because they were doing more, or going to be doing some other work. I
I'd
don't,
have to revert back to both.
yeah,
the
you weren't
commissioners.
here then, I
Yeah.
understand
No,
that,
that's-
yes.
Well, and it was always my understanding, especially the hospital, because that was over $1 million, that they were not gonna charge for that, and somewhere, and I think this is where the communication broke down.
Right.
It wasn't presented to your task force or to us. I think you guys later found email exchanges
Yeah,
that reversed it.
yeah,
And-
that's what they, you know, she said, you know, and I thought, well, okay, you know, I get what you're saying, and then I understand why they were putting that through, and then seemingly there was an agreement with the auditor's office who was gonna upfront money, and then that didn't work out, and so then that's when it all kind of
come back
fell
here.
to the task force, me.
But the reduction in our fee for that never.
It never got morphed to anything less, that is correct. And that's
And I
what,
had asked several times in public meetings.
I
I
know,
said to Jean, I said, well, then if our staff's gonna be like doing this, I said, there should be a reduction in our fee. And he said, oh yeah, NDS is on board, that they understand that. But then later on, we found out that
she pulled it off the table because,
it had got changed.
exactly, so you know, other
So the
than,
point is, we owe the money, unfortunately. The next round, we will definitely have to make sure, I mean, we have to figure out, well, we don't even have the direction from the treasury now.
correct,
What we're gonna do with that.
right, or how it can be spent
It's
this
a tough
time coming
lesson
through.
learned.
But I would caution and say, it really needs to be handled,
Differently.
Because I don't know proper protocol, can we get NDS back in here to have a discussion about this?
At this juncture, this is my opinion, is that if I sent this up to the prosecutor and they looked at the agreement, they're gonna say you owe it.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything changing that, and that's what should have happened. It should not, the last
was he
amendment
said,
piece that
she
went
said.
through should have addressed
Yeah.
that, and it just didn't. And that's why I thought, okay, well, it's not gonna do us any good to fight.
I asked the same thing, and I looked at the contracts. I had Joanne double check the contracts, and I said, we have no option but to pay
Except
it.
forward,
But
except action forward.
I said, going forward, if we have this come again,
Right.
we will definitely address it differently.
Yeah, and like I said, at that time of the year, there's so much going on. I see how things can, you know, happen, and, but that is what I feel
Yeah.
like we have to do, and I don't get, there just wasn't anything in the amendment changing their percentage, and that should have happened,
Should have
in
happened.
order to say, we're not gonna take that whole amount.
Or a reduction.
Correct,
Flat
right,
amount
right.
reduction. Okay. Vicki, did you have any questions?
No, I knew this was coming up, I just didn't know when.
Okay. Okay. All right. So can we get a motion then to approve? Did you get the add-on, Vicki?
Yes, I
Okay,
said,
thank you.
Okay. All right, Tony, take it away.
The Board of Commissioners amends the agreement 20-200-430 between Portage County Board of Commissioners and Neighborhood Development Services, Inc. for the administrative care of the funds.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
No.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
next
It's
is,
okay, it's move the Board of Commissioners, move into executive session in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1. Motion to enter into executive session, consider employment of a public employee.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.